we are a unique country where the government, through its Joint Parliamentary Committee, I think in 2010, has banned any form of formal sexuality and relationship education. So you have this whole host of young people with internet being their source of information, wanting to explore but not knowing enough. It's a nice mix of opportunities, problems, challenges, minefields.
Arjun, why don't you tell us, how did you first learn about sex and sexuality, the act itself?
I think most of it came from pornography because I wasn't really ever taught or had any access to any information about how it should be. So that was the original modeling of how it's supposed to be, of how sex is supposed to be, how you're supposed to behave with the other person, how you're supposed to act with the other person, the mechanics that we talked about, right? So I think a lot of it came from what I was exposed to, what I saw as a young teenager. So thankfully, I realized that it's not realistic at all. It's not realistic how they frame it, how it's supposed to be. There's a lot of humanness involved in the act itself when you're actually doing it with another person. So I've managed to move past that information that I have, but I'm afraid that a lot of young men do not do that. They're not able to move on from that. They believe that that is how it is supposed to be, and that is how it should be for themselves and for the woman herself. So that leads to a lot of problems with how sex is perceived by young men, how it is, how the act is, performed by them in the first place. And that leads to a whole host of, as Dr. Sandeep mentioned, a lot of problems later on in relationships as well.